you. Sorry about the last live. We had to schedule a new one, but we still gonna be talking about the same thing that we wanted to talk about. So today, guys, usually the last couple of lives I've been by myself, right? You know, but I'm never by myself because always got the Most High with me, and always got my beautiful wife here. Right? Yeah, it's like a boot, like an edit right there.
Thank you for the introduction. That was a
Yes.
great introduction.
So yes,
That
welcome
was
guys.
inspiring.
Shalom, shalom.
I think you did a great thing. But look, what we're talking about today is so serious. Number one, we have to start with our travel alert due to Hurricane Melissa in the Caribbean. It's really sad, but what I didn't realize, because I've been seeing some of the videos, but I didn't intensely
Yeah.
follow it. But I saw the map this morning of the Caribbean, and I kind of forgot that all of those islands are so close together. And so, they have like the Bahamas, Jamaica, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, the Virgin Islands, everybody's down there. But as I was looking at the map, I was like, oh, this impacted everybody. People in Florida, I know they felt it as well. And they're saying that it's moving from Jamaica to now going to Cuba and the Bahamas and Bermuda.
It's crazy. That's wild. That's like, whoa. You gotta start thinking about like how this could have like that affects a lot of people right there. That affects a lot of people. So yeah. Like we gonna be talking about that. We're gonna be talking about a lot of things in this live. We probably gonna be on here like 5 hours.
And listen,
So
these
yeah.
winds peaked to 185 miles per hour. They're saying there's
Mhm.
never been a hurricane like this in over 137 years. Like things are really heating up. And once one gets really strong, sometimes you have an increase in that movement in those areas. That is one of the reasons, y'all know on this channel, we don't say go to the Caribbean. Be honest with you. We don't say stay in America. We don't say stay in South America. We do believe that these areas are also going to be impacted by the fallout of the collapsing system that is America. But our hearts and empathy goes out to those who were affected by the storm and were affected by the hurricane because it looks horrible.
Yeah.
It just looks insane.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's hot.
You're too hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
I thought it was cold. It's cold to me. I thought it was a little chilly. But listen, this significant damage in Jamaica and Cuba means that travel infrastructure is basically going to be severely disrupted. Airports, roads, hotels. I know they showed photos of the airport in Jamaica, and there was just water crashing in from above somehow. And it was just like, that's going to take some time for them to get that back up and running.
Yeah, and yeah, time, as you guys know, is very important, and you have to choose the right place to go. So just like my wife was saying, like the Caribbean, it does deal with a lot of, weather issues. So you got to be careful on the place that you choose. So, um, yeah, that is gonna take a lot of time to like get everything back to normal.
And then travel insurance to those locations will shoot up. I think people don't really realize this is why it's so important to get in community with expert travelers because you don't know what you don't know, but what you don't know when you're traveling can leave you stranded, dead, broke, stolen from, sick, all types of things. And so if you were trying to go to the Caribbean, maybe on some of their digital nomad visas or what have you, and you tried to get your health insurance, those premiums for the Caribbean are now going to be even higher, okay? So the price that we pay in Mauritius, Africa, for our international health insurance, this truly international, is going to be higher for people that are going to the Caribbean and similar areas. And it also may be higher due to an unrelated issue that President Donald Trump has with Venezuela. These are things that you have to think about and you have to be aware of. The relations that the countries that you're going to matters. If there's not good relations with the US, if there's stuff going on, then it really does mess up your travel process and it really does create a type of chaos that's very difficult to get out of. And we know a lot of Americans, they vacation to Jamaica. People all over the world vacation to Jamaica for about a week or so. but we never desired to live in those areas, okay? And so that is something you want to be aware of. As this world continues to be judged by the Most High, especially Western society, you want to be aware of the places that are really under that divine judgment. I don't think anybody's going to look back at this and say, oh, that wasn't really judgment like that. When you have a storm happening that wreaks that much havoc on the place, then it's a sign like, okay, it's time that these islands repent for whatever it is. It's time that people get in alignment, because when he causes those natural disasters like that, you can read in the book of Enoch. I mean, the Most High says, I cause good and bad. I do all of these things. Mm-hmm. And it just, that's the Bible. That's just, it is what it is. That's why you have to be so in alignment with him and his will.
Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta know that his word is coming alive. And like if you study the scriptures, if you like really believe in the word of the Most High, you know, all this is gonna, like, where is gonna be safe? You get what I'm saying? It's always gonna be a safe haven for his people. It's always gonna be a safe haven for, you know, the people that really is obedient and really wants to follow him and really have that faith. So, like, we definitely see what's going on. And you got to take that into consideration. But, you know, you just got to be wise. You got to move wise in these last days. You really do. You really do. You got to be careful of where you land, of where you move.
How you move.
How you move, because that's very important. Like, people is already going to be looking at us because we look a little bit different. And they see the light inside of us. I know that just yesterday, we was talking to a retired couple here in Mauritius, and they was like, yeah, man, it's easy to spot y'all, and I was like, yeah, because we the light of the world, right? He's like, yeah, that's true. So it is, you know, that they're always gonna look at you, no matter where you go in this world, you just gonna look a little bit different. You walk a little bit different, you talk a little bit different, you dress a little bit different, but you know, you still got to be wise. You got to move wise for sure.
Now, our next country, I didn't realize all this was happening. I'm like, I've been so out of the travel alert loop. And y'all know I'm the travel alert queen. But I've been out of the loop because, listen, as of October 24th, 4 days ago this year, Mali, the U.S. had authorized voluntary departure due to safety risks. So they're saying it was already a level 4 travel advisory, but they're heightening it even further now due to emergencies in the region. Meaning they're saying it's not safe for people. They will not be able to get any embassy personnel into Mali if Americans are having issues. They will not send anybody for you. So they're saying you have to do voluntary departure for yourself. I don't know if people have like missions in Mali or how that goes or what reasons people go to Mali, but if they're American, the U.S. government said they will not help you. They don't have your back. I'm not even sure the U.S. embassy is open in Mali because of this, but this was said just as of 5 days ago for Mali, and I didn't even realize that till today.
You might have
to look into again, the U.S. government, according to Reuters.com, says it cannot provide routine or emergency services to U.S. citizens outside the capital of Bamako. I think this is really interesting because there's a lot of talk about moving to Africa and how people choose like the main city or a small town, and this is something we teach in the State of the Diaspora. We always tell people to only go to about 5 countries.
Really, it's dwindling down to maybe 3
to
now,
only go to,
to be honest.
I'm done with you.
For real.
To only go to about 5 countries. They need to be the least corrupt. They need to have high safety indexes, okay? And they need to be not on the verge of economic collapse or political collapse. Because guess what? If you go to a country that's on the verge of economic or political collapse, you are caught in the crossfires. You are collateral damage. And you don't really want to be collateral damage, especially when you're new to a country. So you think, you're just about to go out and visit and go do this, and you end up being collateral damage because you don't really understand the dynamics of that country, their relationships with the US, their relationships with Russia, with China, with Korea, or even with their own neighbors. A lot of people don't realize in Africa, you can have countries, especially in East Africa, that are just neighboring countries that do not get along. You can have countries in West Africa that are neighboring countries. You're like, oh, they're neighbors, everybody. They're not thinking on those terms. They do not get along. Mm-hmm. Okay? And so you have to just be aware of the places that you're going to and how you're going to travel. This is why we only tell people, go to the least corrupt countries. Go to the neutral countries. Go to the Switzerlands of Africa.
Go to
the people that aren't in a lot of drama.
Yeah, the visa-free countries too.
Right.
That's a little key right there. But yeah, we talk about this all in the mature adult intensive too. Like we really be going into details of like what is the best country for people to travel, if you need to travel. But it's coming down to a point where you need to pick the right country so you won't have to travel or keep traveling because most countries in Africa, you will have to leave after a certain amount of time and then come back. But you don't have to do that if you choose the right country. That's why, this is why we always say, like, you got to do your research. You got to talk to the people that's on the ground. You got to know how to move around. Mm-hmm. It really is, like, it's simple, but a lot of people confuse a lot of things. So, I'm going to keep saying it. You got to be wise. You can't be stupid in these last days.
Yeah, don't be stupid. Don't do that. And if anybody is thinking of going to Mali or even anywhere in the region, this is like, if you're going for tourism, volunteer. I see on Instagram people like going to Mali just for like tourism and things like that. It does need a strong rethink, or at least to delay your plans to see what's going on. Because again, you think everything's fine. It's like that sister. There's a sister that went to Tunisia. I think she was at the club.
Yeah.
And did they almost kidnap her? Or
yeah, they did kidnap her.
They did kidnap her, but she got away.
Yeah.
Me personally, I wouldn't go to no North African country without my husband or at least my sons. Like
good.
That. No. I would, if you are a single, do not go to North Africa. Maybe not even. They say Dubai is kind of like, I hear mixed reviews of Dubai because I hear on the business side, I see women entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
I see women entrepreneurs have their condos and they're good. But you have to know why you're going. If you're going for business, just be in business. Don't be in the club.
Know your why. That's very important. Know why are you doing this? Because I know it's an urge, it's a pushing, it's a pulling to move out of America right now. What's going on right now? Like, it's a lot of things going on. But you don't want to move too fast where you're making mistakes, because those mistakes is gonna like really cost you in the long run.
Yeah, you
like
see
it's
a lot
gonna
of
cost
people.
a lot of
Some
money.
people it costs their lives.
Yeah, it's cost a lot of money. It's gonna cost, time. It's gonna cost emotional damage. To be honest, like it's a lot that goes with it. So that's why we say, like, choose the right country and know why you do it. Like, how long is the visa? How long is your residency process? How much money do you have to invest to get a long-term residency or a couple years residency? Mm-hmm. What type of countries is visa free? What, like we say,
is there corruption and bribery?
Look, it's a big thing. Corruption.
A huge thing.
So you have to know how to maneuver around these things that is obviously right here on the continent, and it's not gonna go nowhere anytime soon.
No, it's gonna increase in the last day.
You gotta be set apart and just know how to move. Move wise. But guys, thanks for tuning in. If you are now just entering the live, make sure you like the video. We greatly appreciate it. And let us know where you are tuning in from too. Let us know where you are in the world. As you guys know, we are here in Mauritius. So let us know where you are tuning in from. Make sure you like the video.
And also stay away from cheap frontier travel. We always book through Expedia. I know there's a lot of sites where you can do like cheapo, cheap.com, cheap.net, cheap. Don't do that. That you will run the risk of your airplane ticket not working. You don't get no refunds, or your ticket just looks sketchy and you getting treated a little. Like just do things that are legitimate. Just do legitimate stuff. Just use Expedia. Expedia is pretty good. I be getting deals on Expedia.
Yeah,
I don't know what people.
Look, this what it comes.
Good.
This is what it comes down to. Is like, it's just like what you believe. Just do the righteous thing. Do the right thing. Give Caesar what's due to Caesar, no matter where you are, righteously. You get what I'm saying? So if a government is telling you to, you know, you gotta pay A, B, and C, don't try to go around and pay just C. Or just pay A, B, and C. Just do the right thing.
Yeah, follow guidelines. That's good. Follow instructions. I think Americans have, and it may be just Westerners, and I don't know. There's like a rebellious spirit with Westerners that you just don't. Because when you see Chinese come out to these places, they don't move like that. At the end of the day, they just don't. A Chinese person, when you see them out, even here in Mauritius, they speak French.
That's
you
a whole
like in
nother
Tanzania,
conversation.
They spoke Swahili.
That's a whole nother
And in Mauritius, the Chinese speak French.
Because they prepare.
They prepare.
They know like
immaculately.
What to do.
They're not gonna miss nothing.
Yeah, and if they don't know, they gonna find somebody that's on the ground that does know, and then they gonna see how okay, this person knows. This person is telling me this, so I'm gonna listen, and then I'm gonna get there and be good. So
Americans have this like rebellious type of thing that's just like that's how it's like like meeting America. They just a lot of Americans just don't follow instructions. Like if a government website tells you, hey, you need this, and this, don't try to reroute and say, oh, can I do this instead? They're gonna look at you like you're crazy. Because nobody else, Europeans don't come here and do that. Even Africans who come to work, and they just follow the instructions. It's just read. Everybody can read. And then follow the instructions. That's it. It's really not hard, but it's hard if your spirit is rebellious. It's hard if you don't listen to instructions. It's hard if you're not a respectful person. It's hard if you plan to go across the world and get over on all the locals around you. That's a bad, just stay in America if that's how you are. If that's your mindset, just stay over there.
Yeah, and it really is about the mindset. That's what it comes down to. Like, I see it as what's going on in the West right now, in America. They're forcing people to change their mindset, because if like you should already choose to, you know, change your mindset and grow and heal from everything that you've been through, right? But now they're putting people in situations where they're gonna have to change their mindset, because if you don't, you're gonna be stuck. So I know somebody commented about
hold on. We were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah.
Because you're saying that you said they gotta change their mindset. I was like, babe, it's too late. People are not about to change their mindset in a matter of 30 days. If they didn't change their mindset since C19, their mindset's not gonna change.
Yeah.
It's not. If it has not come to pass yet, most likely their mindset is just not going to change, and they have to end up being collateral damage. And what a lot of people don't like when it comes to the Bible is that they like to just put the Most High Yah in this light of grace, mercy, as if he's stupid. The Most High literally says a remnant is going to be saved. And when you look at a remnant, he literally says 2/3. I remember somebody commented on our video. There's like, where'd you get the idea of only 1/3 being saved? I'm like, y'all really don't read the Bible.
2/3 is going to perish.
If 2/3 perish, that means 33% of people are going to be saved, of the remnant. That means that there's some kind of event, some kind of damage that happens where the majority of people in Western civilizations and across the world do not make it out.
And it
that's
start,
the word.
Yeah, and it start like before. I know it was like, dang, how is this gonna be? How is that possible? You know?
You see it with
that was my
Trump.
mindset, but now it's starting to make a lot of sense. Like a lot of people is just don't get it, and I know for us we gonna continue to talk the truth and speak the truth and really try to get people to get it and plant seeds and stuff because you never know how what we say and what we do and how we live might plant a seed into somebody that needs to change their heart posture because it really just comes down to a heart thing. And I'm talking about your heart, but I am talking about your mind too. Like it's all one where you have to really change. You cannot go back to what it was. Like everything is changing for a reason. And you gotta catch the train, to be honest. Like you gotta get on board.
You gotta be flexible.
You gonna be stuck.
Gotta be adaptable.
Really, cause it's coming down, man. Everything that's happening in America right now is like
Really sad.
it's like whoa. Because I guess for us, when you get out of America and you look in and see what's going on and seeing how like the rest of the world lives on this side of the world, you'd be like, wow, this is wow. People are literally like they're. I'm not saying people are not human, but they, no matter what the religion, because I know people, that's a big thing when it comes to just pretty much African countries in general. Um, no matter what the religion, but they really are human beings. They care. They try to do the right thing. They're righteous. They try to take care of their neighbor. They actually love their neighbor. Put it like that. And you see that outside of America, but in America, it's a little bit different. You know, it's a little bit greed. And I'm not saying everywhere outside of America is perfect, but you just gotta know how to move around. Really, you gotta be wise. You gotta know, like, okay, this area over there is not good, so I'm not gonna go that way. So, yeah,
Yeah, it is
it's
sad
deep.
what's happening in America with the food stamps, the SNAP being cut off, seeing so many videos of people in tears. They're like, what am I going to do? We were talking about that with that retired couple yesterday. People are like, I don't know what to do. They're like, I'm so glad we got out because they had just arrived a couple of months ago. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like, President Donald Trump, he's something, man. It's just crazy to me. He's just like touring Asia in the middle of all this. The Caribbean's getting battered. He's just like, well, time to be with Japan and China. It's just like, that's President Trump. He don't really, and he really lets you know. For anybody that was still in La La Land
Mm-hmm.
and thought America was not a white supremacist, racist nation, oh,
Just
welcome to the real world.
just look at the
Because
history.
the
Yeah.
folks, they coming out. The folks are letting you know how they feel, okay? And listen, it's a lot. And so, yeah, our hearts also go out to those who are on the food stamps and things like that. But we always tell people that we always preach. Be
Teach,
self-reliant.
teach. I don't want to say that. Preach, teach.
Be
Yeah.
self-reliant. Ask the Most High to show you what you're supposed to do on this earth. Then be diligent and put works with your faith. You cannot rely on daddy government.
Yeah, as you see, because it and
You can't rely on Pharaoh government.
if you do, you gonna get chipped. Put it like that.
Chipped
You gonna
in your
get
wrist.
in your wrist or on your forehead. Because that I can see a lot of people falling for that because they so dependent on
Yeah.
the government. That's why you
Yeah.
have to be self-reliant. You have to be self-sufficient. You
Yeah.
gotta follow the ancient path.
You
You
have
have
to.
to.
You got to.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of people they took that crazy vax they had. You can't say it too much here, but they took the little prick thing they had, and a lot of people just don't think for themselves as well. A lot of people all over the world took that. People were passing out, and you remember you would see them videos, and it would be like
Yeah. Athletes and
somebody's
stuff
looking
and
at the wall, and they're like turning, then they just collapse, and it was like, what is
It's just like
happening?
it's like some like I know I was talking to him the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And we was talking about how like just try to think about what
Try to think.
um Like all the news that, no, really, because it is hard to think about. Like you would have to like have ChatGPT like give you this answer because it's so much news that happened this year alone that we forget about that was very important. I know I was just telling him, I'm like, dang, do you remember the port strike? You remember that when everybody was striking and the trucks was not going and stuff like that? But stuff like that is happening day by day, but it just goes over people's head.
Yeah.
So they're telling everybody what's going to happen pretty soon. But if you want to stay in that environment, because it is really about your environment, where you gonna be at. Because if you're gonna be in that environment, you're gonna be stuck, and it's gonna be a civil war pretty soon, state by state. Because with this government shutdown that's happening right now, that's a federal thing. Now they're saying, okay, if your state is going to allow you to, or if the state takes care of their people, that's what it's coming down to. So if like food stamps, right? They're gonna be depending on the state now. So it's gonna be state versus state now. It is really
That's true.
It's really coming down to like the Hunger Games.
We probably need to watch that tonight.
Go, yeah, like literally it's going coming down to districts. It's not gonna be all these states.
District,
They're gonna come.
New York.
It's gonna come. Yeah, exactly. Like the Midwest or something, and then
District
and
Ohio.
it's pretty much gonna be like the pretty much
Zone 10.
Yeah, summing up to like city. They're not gonna deposit and give food to all these neighborhoods. You're gonna have to come to that main district.
And ration the food.
And people's not gonna like that. Like
That's stressful. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's
But you know,
coming
I
down
saw
to
a
that,
comment on TikTok under like the government shutdown food stamps thing, and somebody from an African country, I want to say it was Kenya, I think it could have been Uganda, but somebody commented, they're like, I had no idea America was like this. You know, here in Africa, we can eat food all the time. There's food everywhere. There's food on the fruit stands. There's food on the trees.
And people,
America is the exact opposite. People don't understand that. America
is the
South America, Asia, they have food. Just
America is the exact opposite of life.
Yeah.
Like that's what it comes
Yeah.
down to. And this is what I always tell people. Like even when I teach people to trade and stuff, make it very simple. Only have 2 options. Don't try to have like 5 options where if you need to take a trade, all these 5 options need to be done. If 2 options, that's good. It's 1 or 2. Like
Yeah, that's
make it
good.
very simple. Make it very simple. Don't overcomplicate a lot of things.
Yeah.
So that's
Absolutely.
why I say like America's the opposite of life. Obviously.
Yeah. Some
Because-
people in the comments saying it's already become the Hunger Games. That's what
Yeah.
Antonio said. Crypto Droid, Maryland government didn't pay their civil service employees either. Wow.
So
Maryland's government, that's the state.
it's coming down to like
That's
the
bizarre.
Hunger Games.
They're doing this on purpose.
Of course.
Leave a comment in the comments if you think they're doing this on purpose.
Yeah. And
So
some
they're
like
trying to
the
have the
video.
Purpose Hunger Games. And by the way, if you like this content, we see 55 people in the room. We would be so grateful if you just hit that like button because you're already here. 55 people, just tap it real quick. You know, it might take 5 to 10 seconds. You know, you might be driving, you might be listening at work, or you might be at home, or you might, I don't know, you might be on the walk.
You might be
Just
brushing
tap that
your
like
teeth.
button.
I know it's pretty early.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it-
3. Yeah. So, yeah, it's just coming. Like for me, like I said, like I like to keep it simple. 1 or 2, right? It's just coming down to the word coming alive. Like it's coming down to that ancient path. Like even today, my wife was saying it's food everywhere in these countries, right? And even today, I was talking to our taxi driver, and he pulled up, he parked. I was just wanted to say hi to him and stuff, and he had his food. He was on lunch break, and he's like, "Hey, oh, you want some? Here you go, taste it. You want some?" I'm like, "Oh, no, I'm just gonna let you have it. Like this is your lunch. I'm gonna let you have it." So people like that is very like people outside of America is like that. they're going to share with you first before they be like, I'm gonna eat in front of them. They're gonna be like, here, do you want some? And if like I know if I was like, okay, yeah, let me get some. Oh man, this is good. He's like, okay, here, you can have it. I can go get another one. You like it's really like that here.
Yeah.
But you just gotta know how to move around.
That's true. Mac Mill says UBI is coming. There's so much news to cover. I'm like, we still got the travel alerts, and we'll get to some of the other countries because there's 9 countries also just on October 2025 travel alert. But with the AI, remember, Amazon just announced yesterday they're laying off an additional 30,000 employees, but they're having their most profitable stock prices ever.
Yeah.
So it's not about cutting costs anymore. It's like, this is just the way that American society is going to function. People don't realize they don't have Amazon in Mauritius. They don't have Amazon in Tanzania. There's places on earth that they don't have Walmart. They don't have Walmart here. A lot of people think America's everywhere. They don't understand. America functions just inside of those borders of that 50 states of America.
Mm-hmm.
France has its own grocery stores. Great Britain has its own grocery stores. Sweden has their own grocery stores. Every nation has their own stuff. Their own little whatever they got, that's their stuff. And so when you start to travel for your first time, you're going to realize, oh, they don't take USD. They looking at me with the attitude because I gave them $1. Well, yeah, because they don't take dollars. That's the reality of life abroad. Like everywhere is not America. And so you have to get used to that. And I think like Namibia may take dollars, maybe South Africa.
They're banning the dollar.
Oh
they're not
Africa
to,
is banning. Okay.
They don't want dollars no more.
You're right.
And I guess because I talk to a lot of people in the mature adult intensive too. Check out the link in the description if you guys are interested. But this is something that is very important because we say they're banning US dollar, right? Mm-hmm. So I know people hear it like, oh snap, we can't. I have US dollars in my bank. How can I switch it to, like a
Mauritian rupee?
Yeah, Mauritian rupee. But
that's not
it's not like a physical dollar. So if you have, even for us, we make USD. We have USD in our bank, but we can go to the ATM and pull out Mauritian rupees. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? We can go to the ATM and pull out Tanzanian shillings. Mm-hmm. So it's not like if you have US dollars in your bank, you're going to get US dollars.
Right.
They just don't want people to come here with $1, like literally a $1 US. I believe like hundreds of dollars they would be okay with, but that's more of
depending where it is. At a hotel, maybe?
At a hotel or at the airport.
Not at the grocery store. Don't do that.
Yeah, they're not collecting these small bills anymore. They don't want to get dollars no more.
No.
Because they're telling you what's happening. They're telling you what's about to come.
And this is why people have to know geopolitics. Like it's not enough to just say, well, I don't want to pay attention to everywhere. If you don't want to pay attention, stay in America. Because outside of America, you need to pay attention. You need to know who the allies are. For example, in Mauritius, our closest allies are South Africa and India and China and Kenya. Kenya trades a lot with Mauritius as well. I need to know these things. My children have to be educated. You can't. It's not enough to just say, well, I'm just going to pop up and boom, and your experience is going to be horrible because you can't relate to people if you never research, you never empathize with people. You just you're in your own America bubble. But yeah, here in Mauritius, they do not take digital currency. Like if you go to the grocery store, you're not going to pay in Bitcoin.
But yeah.
Brazil,
like that.
I think Brazil does that. If you go to the grocery store here in Mauritius, pay with your debit card or pay with cash. There are some places you go in Mauritius that they only take cash. Mauritius is a cash-based society. A lot of people don't realize that. Mauritius is a cash-based society. The African continent is a cash-based continent.
Yeah.
So there are still farmers out here in Mauritius. There are still people that live a really different life than modern Americans or modern Mauritians do. You don't have that in America as much, so that's like, oh, what? But you can like have your Bitcoin and like exchange it through, whatever thing, and then take it out.
You gotta know how to move around, because even
but
for
you're not
us,
about to pay with no governmental, digital, all this. They don't have all that here.
Yeah, you just gotta know how to move around the market. Like, yeah.
It's an island. Remember that. When you think island, it's nothing like the Caribbean.
Don't.
It's nothing like the Caribbean. Don't think it's the Caribbean. Caribbean prices are outrageous. It's not the Caribbean. This is Africa. And you in the middle, you also dealing with Asia because you have a lot of Indonesians, okay? And so you have people all around this area, and they live a different life. This is why Indians find it so easy to integrate into Africa, because the way Indians live is very similar to how Africans live. If you look at India, I remember I had this one of my previous clients. She traveled to India, and she said it was, I hate that she said it like that, but it's like to an American standard. She was like, India is the worst airport she's ever been in, meaning it was not developed. It had like, I don't know, it was just very, very basic. But people don't realize, like, in other parts of the world, everything's not super technocrat. Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg. Other places of the earth don't have that. This is why we always tell people it's going to be a very, very long time and a very, very difficult time to implement the mark of the beast in some of these territories.
Yeah.
This is why the Most High designated these spots. It's not a lot of them left, but there's a few of them, just like Goshen in Egypt. That's why he allowed these spots to develop so slow, so it could be advantageous for you that want to get out and to live a freedom-based life.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yes, they do have phones in Mauritius.
I was about to say that. Yes, they have a phone. They got the iPhone 17. I just saw it. We was just at the store. I was like, oh snap! They got the iPhone 17. They promoting it.
Now is everybody gonna use? You probably not gonna see many people with the iPhone out.
Who?
You mostly gonna see Android users. I see Android people.
I see people here with some money. They be having all the nice phones.
I'm talking about, we go to the mall just amongst regular people. I look at phones, Android. Yeah. Not a lot of people have iPhone. If you have iPhone, you probably upper middle class, upper super duper middle class. You're a different class of people. Most people just have Android. It's not super expensive out here either. The Androids are pretty affordable. That's nice. That's the nice thing. You can get technology pretty affordably.
Yeah. Yep.
You get it at the Chinese rates. You can get it at a good rate. But again, October 2025, we have 9 additional countries on the U.S. State Department's travel warnings list. Are y'all ready for this? This shocked me. Y'all know I'm the travel alert queen. These 9 countries: Bhutan, which is in Asia, Sudan in Africa. Obviously, Sudan's been on that list. I don't know why they updated it. Maybe Sudan went from level 3 travel alert to level 4. Ecuador, not interested in Ecuador. Not interested in South America. Sorry to tell you. Maybe try a different channel. Romania. Bulgaria, which is like strange, right? Romania and Bulgaria. But what I've been hearing through the grapevine, the Russians are kind of like moving into Eastern Europe. Okay? So the European Union, they're essentially kind of on like scared alert right now because the Russians are allegedly moving into some of these territories. So Romania, Bulgaria, Croatia, all in Eastern Europe and the Mediterranean. Croatia is a little bit closer to the Mediterranean. Equatorial Guinea is in West Africa. Let's be mindful of these regions that continue to pop up. This tells us that there's destabilization happening. Doesn't matter if it's a white man, a purple man, a black man. All you need to know is that you will be collateral damage. Doesn't matter. You go to a country that's on some of these lists, they're going to look at you like, American, why are you here?
Yeah.
Black American, why are you here? And then they're going to call you Black American. You're going to be like...
No, they just don't call you American.
No, in some of these African countries, they're going to call you Black American. Why are you here? I go wonder why you're there. And the Maldives. The Maldives are actually not too far from us. It's a Muslim country. You shouldn't go there if you're a Christian. It's going to be a very difficult life for you trying to go to the Maldives, okay? Don't go to the Maldives.
Even with that, what you saying that
they're on level 4. They were known as like a luxury travel. So there's some things heating up in the world.
Yeah.
This is from the Men's Journal website, okay? And the U.S. State Department. October 2025. Whatever is heating up, I'm seeing 2 main regions on this list. mainly West Africa and Eastern Europe. So that tells us, okay, maybe like really super pray before going to those regions. Super, if you're gonna be in West Africa, maybe only be in Ghana. If you're gonna be in Eastern Europe, I don't know. Maybe try Albania. It's visa free for Americans for a year, but Croatia, Bulgaria, Romania, that's a lot of countries that are on that list because they're saying the Russians are moving in. Unless you want to side with the Russians, that's your prerogative. You can do what you want to do. You want to go. They told people. I don't know if people listen. They said, you know, before they do anything and invade anybody, y'all can come to Russia and become Russians.
Yeah. Which is, hey,
they said y'all can become Russians as long as you're not gay. They said if you value traditional family values, you can come and be a Russian. Okay.
Think about that. Yeah. Look at that.
Latvia is still safe for right now, but Romania, Bulgaria, Croatia. Okay. All about politics. It could be. Spearman says they refuse to accept deportees. Could be.
Yeah.
Ecuador's advisory level has been updated to level 2, exercise increased caution due to newly added terrorism risk factors. I myself have never been interested in Ecuador. I do not remember hearing good things about it. You know, Netflix, you got like the cartels and you got and it was just, it's all right. I'll pass on that one. Croatia and Romania, they're citing, they have added risk zones and natural hazards. Don't know. Okay. But even countries that were once regarded as quote unquote safe countries are now being updated with new risk indicators, which shows us a global tension that is increasing: terrorism, health, unrest, and natural hazards. But I think a lot of it is also like people getting situated for who is going to be, yes, Sudan is in East Africa, for who is going to be Sudan. I consider that East Africa. Yeah. South Sudan. Yeah, Sudan is in North Africa. But I forgot what I was saying. Natural hazards, who's going to side with who in the upcoming conflicts that are heating up in the world, okay?
And that's
because the China Sea has been having some conflicts as well. If people aren't looking, some American Navy things went missing or something like that.
Yeah, some
Russia's moving into the EU border, and so people are kind of deciding whose side am I going to take? Where am I going to be in all this? Or if they're going to be like a Switzerland and say, I'm not in it. Mm-hmm. I want peace. Leave me alone. Y'all go do that. Have fun.
Yeah, you just got to think about the map. When you look at the map, like, no wonder America put, I believe it was 40 billion into Argentina, right? They trying to buy in because, you know, they have oil and stuff like that, and you know that's a good place to be because, you know, Brazil is part of BRICS, right? So that's America, Argentina, Brazil is on this side of the world, right? So what's happening right now with Brazil is they're trying to get on this side of the world with Russia and China, you know, South Africa, India, and stuff like that. And America don't like that. You know, it's literally becoming, you have to pick a side.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
The American side, or it's coming down to like Russia, China, and India side where
and Africa,
in Africa.
Africa sides with China.
Yeah.
And Russia. It's no secret. So, Africa sides with China and Russia.
It's really becoming like that split. And I know Japan is with America. I know the president of the United States, Donald Trump, just visited there and stuff, and they gave him gifts and lit up the buildings and all that and stuff like that. Taiwan is with America and stuff, but they're still over there on that side.
South Korea.
Yeah, South Korea and stuff. But you just gotta realize, like, dang, people are really choosing. And I know everything that's happening in America right now seems like super bad, but it's still running. It's still, there's still people buying a lot of things. There's still people spending money. So it's not gonna like collapse like super quick. It's gonna take time, especially if people are still investing. I believe I just saw something that Japan is gonna put $10 billion into America. So it's just like, America's still trying to get their money and stuff. They still trying to stay afloat. So it's gonna take some time for the place to really dump and fall. So you just gotta, like I say, you gotta talk to the right people. You gotta be in the right community. You gotta be in the right environment. You gotta know what is to come, because it's coming. It's not gonna wait on you. It's not gonna wait on us. But you have to make the decision to move wise. Like really, yes, it is gonna cover the whole globe, but that's gonna take a little while.
Yeah, it's not going to cover the globe the way it can cover America. And I think that's what the technocrats are starting to see. I think this is why you see things heating up with President Donald Trump. He comes to the point where he's like, you know what? I really can't control everywhere. So let me just make allies in Asia. Let me have Dubai as an ally and Saudi Arabia as an ally. And then the rest of y'all that are in America, food stamps, all these other things where you're super dependent on the government, he's like, y'all gonna get the boot. Because at the end of the day, they don't control the rest of they don't control Africa. They barely control South America. They're trying to control South America by having these different cartels and all these things. And the cartels are so intricate, it's like too much. I don't even know. Like, it's just too much going on, because I know the U.S. government has also been in some of that stuff. And so they can somewhat try and control South America to an extent. But, you know, when you have a continent as big as Africa, and somewhere as populated as Asia, you're just not, you get to the point where you just realize, well, we have our 4% of the globe over here that we can try and control. And so we just gonna force control on them. President Donald Trump also realized with his tensions with the EU, oh, we don't control Denmark. Oh, we don't control France and Great Britain.
Oh, we don't control Canada. That's right. It's supposed to be America.
The closest, right. Yeah, they're the technocrats are finding out, if we're going to implement super AI system where we have robots walking on the street, robots handing you your packages, robots as your nurses and doctors, robot, it's just going to have to take place right here where we can do it. And we're just going to hope that other people are going to do it too. Some will, some European nations. Not all European nations are going to do it. Russia, they definitely look side-eyed like they already don't like the American way. They already don't like LGBT and all that stuff. Russians already look at America like,
yeah.
They like,
You got to look at places where righteousness is rising up too. So where, like, just say like Russia, say like Burkina Faso, they're banning, gay marriage and stuff like that. And if you do, and if you are, you're gonna get put in jail.
Yeah.
You get
in
what I'm saying?
Tanzania, people get killed for that.
Yeah, you can't. I know, cause
don't do that. You
what's
better
that
know
video?
These countries.
Oh, I got.
You better know where you're going.
Video. Where's that video? It was a video out. I remember I showed you what that guy, what the government shut down, and what they was pushing, or that the Democrats was. I'm not trying to make it a political thing, but they was spending all this money to push in Africa.
Oh, the LGBT.
They was trying to push this in Africa,
but it didn't work.
No, they shut it down.
Yeah.
So a lot of people was upset, and it's like, wow, you really don't know until you really do the research and you look at the right information, because America really try to push this evil all around the world. And I don't even want to say America because it's deeper than that. But they try to push.
Yeah, you got the Israelis in there too.
They try to push the
Big Brother
the evil all around the world. Even with there's a documentary. What is it? And I believe it's in Iran or something like that, or Iraq or something like that. I think it's called the Good Boy or something. No, the Dancing Boy. Look that up, cause that's deep too. Literally, these boys in these countries. I'm not even gonna say
these boys in these countries. Oh God.
It's wild though. Like once you start to get this information, it's like, man, you gotta be set apart. That's why the Most High, the word says, be set apart, be away from the world. You can be in the world, but don't be of the world.
Yeah.
Like, it's really getting down to that time where it's like,
Go find your island and live there.
once you start to get this knowledge, really be set apart on the island.
Yeah.
Once you start to get this information and this information, because information is out here
Yeah.
for you to know and for you to get and
Yeah.
understand. And once you understand it, you just be like, man, you gotta stay away from everything,
And read.
because
You'll know
it's
so much
really
by reading.
it's really like, man, this is wild. It's really wild. Wow, you just gotta know chess. As I always say, you gotta know chess. You gotta know what is happening and how you can benefit from what's happening right now, because you can. That's why we say invest, invest, invest. Learn. No matter what you believe, no matter how you feel about certain things, you better get your coins and you better do it fast, because what is to come is going to cause a lot of people to be stuck.
Yeah.
It really is. A lot of people is just going to be like, dang, what just happened?
Yeah. Because the U.S. government is going to start to, and it's already started, because if you would have watched the inauguration, you would have seen Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, all the technocrats were right there in the White House. This is showing you a symbol of, hey, in the future, if not already, it really could be already, because OpenAI actually has the biggest government contract that exists, if people aren't aware, for the U.S. military, doing OpenAI, ChatGPT, military simulations to decide if they should invade this, do that. Y'all know what they about to do, or maybe you don't know, and you should maybe research and figure that out. But OpenAI, these technocrats, Facebook, all the folks, these folks are going to run the new order of America.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is just essentially a puppet. You're going to have these AI people, these AI cyborg folks that want to run everything and have robots everywhere. And they're coming to the conclusion, oh, Africa's not developed enough. Oh, we have these connections in Saudi Arabia, but Iran doesn't like us. Okay. Well, China doesn't like us either. Well, we're just going to do everything here. We don't need to include the whole world because we don't have the power or functionality to do that. We're just going to try and just have the robots. Like we said, again, Amazon is firing 30,000 people. 30,000. They announced it yesterday when they had their highest profits in the market, meaning their business is doing fantastically great because they're integrating those AI robots. And so they're like, yeah, we could pay humans to do it, but it's like, they looking at their pockets like,
yeah, even
how about no?
What's the Facebook guy? What's his name? Mark.
Zuckerberg.
Yeah, he was saying, like, I don't care how much it costs. I'll spend as much money as I can to keep up what's going on with AI. So these billionaires, these trillionaires, they like, I don't care. I need to be ahead of the curve.
They're obsessed with it, and it's just, some of us are passionate about families, marriage, the Most High, and then some folks, they are passionate about replacing humans with robots. They're passionate about distorting the very image of the Most High, because you were created in His image in Genesis. They're passionate. They have this fire in them. Oh, we need these robots to take over. Remember, what was Bill Gates' big thing the last couple of decades? The world is too populated. And then come to find out, oh, every Western civilization has declining birth rates, including America. Oh, the world is too underpopulated. Oh, Bill Gates, you were lying. Whoops. Too late now. Now the society is going to crash. Now we have to add in robots to help out because we have a population crisis.
Yeah, it just comes down to who do you believe?
Whoops.
What do you believe?
It's like,
what do you believe?
by the time they say whoops, even that guy Fauci, that man, he gone, y'all. What happened to Fauci? Y'all remember Dr. Fauci? They came out, India, their news blasts him a lot. They be like, he is a criminal. Yeah. But what happened? With 55 pricks in the arm, right? Mask up and all this stuff. That was such a crazy time. Such a crazy time. But now everything passed and they're like, oh, whoops. He accidentally, killed thousands of people. Oops. That's how these people think. This is how techno, what do you call them? Technocrats think. You have the Democrats, the Republicans, and the technocrats. The technocrats rule it all. Make no mistake. The cyborg folks, they rule it all. Don't make a mistake. Just know that. So you're just better off just being somewhere that's just underdeveloped, where humanity is still humanity, where it's going to be very difficult to integrate a whole system like that because some of the people have no idea what you're talking about and still rely on just farming and their family to help them.
Yeah.
Because they're like, that's all we have. We lived 3 generations, 5 generations in this house.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying like the environment that you in is very important, because this is what we see here in Mauritius. We see families building family legacy. We meet
Big
what
families.
No, she just said it, the mayor or governor. She said her dad.
Her dad ran for mayor in the
that's wild.
decades ago.
So you meet families that try to build.
People.
Yeah. Thank you, baby. You meet people like this, and they pretty much are following an ancient path. Like, just say if like we got a taxi driver, and he stays with his mom and dad, right? They got a big house, and they're building on top of the house for him, or he's putting money into the house to stay in that house, right? They're not saying like get out. They're literally trying, or they're finding that ancient path. That's how you should be doing it. You should be building family legacy. You should keep your children in the house until they get married, right? You should be building certain things. So it's like a tribe thing.
Yeah, they're very family oriented here. Just like all over the continent. Super, super, like, huge families. They're like, we living together. I'll buy you a plot over here. One of our drivers told us, they're like, yeah, bought this land for my daughter over here. She says she don't really like that one, so I'm going to give her this one over here. I was like, that's great.
That's what's up.
That's fantastic.
I need
You're
to be around
models.
you.
That's fantastic to do for your children. But the American mindset, especially Black American mindset, y'all gonna get mad, don't come for me. Come for the society. Come for the whole society, because the Black American mindset is, oh my God, these kids gotta get out of my house. I can't stand my children, my grandchildren, my this, my dad, my dad. It's like, you can't be. It's like, this is why Americans suffer.
Yeah,
you literally hate yourself when you say, I don't want my children, my grand. It's like, you can't function like that.
Yeah, like literally, I know for me,
no society outside of America would ever fix their lips to say something like that.
Yeah,
Americans do it every day. And that's why I can't relate to Americans. I can't do it. Black Americans, white, none of them. Y'all stay over there.
Look, and that's why you gotta second guess what America taught you, what America pushes out. You always just gotta be like, what? I don't know. You always gotta have a mind of Yahushua. Like, that's what it is.
You got the Genesis mindset.
Yeah, you can't have that American mindset. That's why I say it's a heart thing.
The American mindset is death, death, death. I'm telling you, when you see these people, this half robot, half Neuralink, half Fusion Link.
And we see it right now.
They walking up the street, you like, oh, you look a little different.
You see these people with money and stuff. Just think about that conversation that Putin and the Chinese prime minister, president had. They want to know how to. They're doing research on how to live longer. So that's like, when you think about it, that's what it comes down to. They want to rule so long. So whatever type of health problems they got, they're gonna try to figure it out. And there's a documentary on that too.
What documentary?
With the people in the Caribbean and taking black women.
Yeah,
drinking.
that was, what was that?
It's pretty much vampires.
Crazy. That was on Netflix. That's another reason I will not go back to the Caribbean ever again in life. I'm good. They do such crazy, and it's right there in the resorts. I was like, I'm all right.
Yeah.
That is okay. The Caribbean, yeah, they be doing crazy stuff down there. I forgot about that. It's on Netflix. It's real. It's called like Paradise Island something.
Something like that. It's
Something.
it's just like dang, and it really just turns back to us. That's what it turns back to this melanin. This is more than gold, and gold been spiking up.
Yeah, they were saying melanin is has more value than gold.
Think about that.
Because these people, these technocrats, billion crats, whatever they are, trillion crats, whoever, they want to just live forever so their wealth can continue with them forever. And some of these people are hacking the DNA system, hacking the Neuralink system. So you're going to start to see people, or at least our children's generation, they're going to see people and you're like,
And
are you 200?
and they're
You
already
201?
they're already putting our people into criminal activities. So you like really using AI.
The racist AI algorithms.
Yeah, it's deep. Like it all turns back to us. So you better just choose your environment that you want to live in and be in, and just be set apart and follow the ancient path. Like you don't have to be out here yelling like, "Hey, I'm here." No,
Please don't do that,
you
because I ain't going to be around.
You need to. You gotta have a plan. You gotta be strategic. So this is why we do what we do. This is why we have that mature adult intensity. Check it out. It's in the description. I believe it is. It's in the description right now. Check it out because we are really trying to have people's mindset change on how they approach moving, because it is really deep.
Yeah,
it's really
don't think
deep.
like
A
an
lot of
American.
people, they choose the wrong country and deal with a lot of BS
Yeah.
that they do not need to deal with.
Yeah, the continent's changing so quickly. You know, Ghana had to put out a national alert because all of their water systems are failing due to the local mining. And so all of their water is poisoned across the entire country. And so some of the good Ghanaians, they were coming out like, we need to talk about this. We got to talk about this. But the Ghanaian government or whoever has contracts with the Chinese miners, they didn't really want to talk about it. But the Ghanaian water center or the chemists, whoever they were telling every Ghanaian, they said it does not matter how safe you think it is. It does not matter if you have a borehole. It will seep into everything because the mining comes deeper than the borehole. So it's going to be in everything. That's something that just started happening this year. So if you're choosing Ghana, if you're choosing West Africa, really like slow down.
You better
Wait a minute.
You better have some
Because if
muscles.
you're poisoning yourself with lead over and over and you think you're not, and then your fingers start falling off 10 years later, and you're like, oh, it was true. The Ghanaians themselves are coming out warning people on their national Ghanaian news, they said there is no safe region in Ghana. This is what the Ghanaians said themselves. Look it up on their national television. They said the rich are going to have to import their water from Nigeria or Sierra Leone.
That's wild.
And only the rich are going to be the ones that are healthy.
You
And so
to
if
these
you're in
local
Ghana
people.
and you have a borehole, it does not matter. You have to import your water from Nigeria or Sierra Leone. The mining companies, I assume they're Chinese. They could be Lebanese. They could, I don't know. Maybe we should look it up.
Yeah, that's deep. That is deep. So that's why I say like usually we'd say
That's
5
horrible.
countries, but now it's starting to.
We have to
come down
update
to
it. We
like-
gotta update it. It's about
Maybe
3
3.
countries in Africa.
It's like okay,
Oh God. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
you just gotta. That's why I say you just gotta be careful. You
If
gotta
gonna
talk
be
to
there,
the right people.
you better order
So
your water from Nigeria.
If local people is saying this, I'd rather listen to a local people telling me certain things like this.
Over an American every time.
Yeah, because that's
Every
deep.
time.
Because local people know. They know
Yeah.
things that we don't.
Yeah.
They know things that we don't for sure.
That's why you better just ask. Like, he'll just ask Lo, like, what do I need to know?
For real,
Like, what's going on?
I'll be asking about the politics.
What's happening?
What's going on with the president?
Is everything safe?
Yeah.
Is everything good? The waters, they're like, yeah, everything's fine. Okay, great. Just checking in. Because, you know, you got stories like that on the national television in Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
And you imagine you bring your toddlers here, you feed them that water. The thing with lead, it's not just going to disappear. It's not like, oh, it disappeared. Woohoo. No, people come out crippled. No, people come out with fingers missing, limbs missing. People can't speak. Now they're saying, oh, so many Ghanaians are autistic. Wow, I wonder why that's going to be. These are things to think about. When people just be like, Africa, 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 Ghana, 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 and it's like,
be wise.
hello?
You gotta be wise. That's, look.
You better watch the national news.
Yeah. Talk to
You
the
better be
people on the
connected.
ground. Yeah, you gotta be connected.
You better be connected.
Got
Because
to.
they are importing their water. Again, listen, from Nigeria and Sierra Leone. They said the only people that's going to be good is the wealthy people who can afford to import their water from Nigeria and Sierra Leone. Now, Nigeria's right next door. Sierra Leone's a couple little hot spots over. Okay? And they got to import that water. That takes a lot. That's not like you down the street getting some water and you just get it delivered. That's like, wait. Logistically, okay, this is now I gotta buy international water. Remember, you're in Africa, you're not in the States.
Yeah.
You're dealing with international borders. Now you gotta pay the 5-time bribe fee, because I promise you they got it.
Yeah, and you gotta be careful because they do, here in Africa, they do refill waters. They got machines where, you get what I'm saying? You bring your bottles of water, there's companies, they make money this way. There are companies that take old water bottles, clean it up, make sure it's clean and stuff. Make sure that lid is tight and look brand new and stuff.
Yeah.
And just fill the water up from wherever they fill it up. And then sell it. And then sell it on the street. So even that you gotta be careful with.
Yeah.
Like, and those things like what, 5 liters or something? So it's like, you just gotta be careful in general. Like really.
Yeah. Now with lead, you don't filter that water. It's like, remember Flint, Michigan. No matter how much they filtered it, it couldn't be fixed because lead does not boil down, does not filter out. Those particles are too immersed in the water. So that's why the Ghanaian chemist and scientist, he was saying, our only solution right now, he said the damage is already done and it's flowing through the entire country. It doesn't matter if you're in Volta, if you're in Accra, if you're in Kumasi, if you're in Cape Coast. It doesn't matter where you're at in Ghana. It doesn't matter if it's a borehole or tap. It doesn't matter if you're showering, because remember, your skin is your biggest organ if you're unaware. So now you're showering in lead water.
Wow.
That's very, 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 very serious. But it's like, you know, some governments don't have boundaries. Go somewhere that has boundaries and like a standard, you know, where they don't have a standard.
And they stand for the system, and it trickles down to the local people.
And again, this isn't a thing you just sip the water and you're like, oh, well, it tastes fine. Well, it's silently killing your organs and your children's organs and everybody around you. Just in Ghana, for whatever reason, hopefully, I would hope that it doesn't go into other parts of West Africa, but they